Hello, this is Ms. DB, and in this lesson we are going to go over Chapter 4, Section 3, and this is Part 1. There will be two parts to this lesson. We're going to use matrices to transform a plane figure. In this lesson we will translate and dilate a figure. We can describe the position, shape, and size of a polygon on a coordinate plane by naming the ordered pairs that define its vertices. For example, we have a triangle. Sorry, I'm going to go back. We have a triangle that has the coordinates A at -2, -1, so that would be here. B is at 0, 3, that would be here. And C is at 1, -2. If we connect these three vertices, we would have a triangle. And you can put the coordinates in a matrix with the x coordinates in the first row and the y coordinates in the second row. So this matrix here names triangle ABC, or triangle P, we're calling it. If you do that, then you can use matrices to transform the figure. If it is a pre-image, that's the original figure, and the image is after the transformation. You probably studied transformations of figures in geometry. So the translation matrix is a matrix used to translate coordinates on the coordinate plane. So if you add the matrix of the pre-image plus the translation matrix, you will get your new image after your translation. So in the translation matrix, the x values will be the top row. Positive numbers will be moving right. Negative numbers will move left. The second row is for the y values. Positive numbers move up. Negative numbers move down. So in this example, we're going to take triangle ABC with these coordinates, and we're going to move it, translate it, 3 units left and 4 units up. So we start with our matrix for our pre-image. And our pre-image will be the coordinates of, let me just double check, these are in the ABC. So this is triangle ABC. These are the x coordinates, these are the y coordinates. This is the translation matrix here. And the translation matrix shows that we are going to move left 3 and up 4. Because the x coordinates are -3 and the y coordinates are 4s. Now you need as many columns as your original pre-image polygon had. So this was a triangle, so there's 1, 2, 3 vertices, so our translation matrix will have 3 columns, and they'll all have the same numbers in them. So what we do then is we just add these together the way that you learned in 4.1, where we add each entry, -2 plus -3, 3 plus -3, 0 minus 3 or plus -3, 1 plus 4, 2 plus 4, and -3 plus 4. We add those together, and this is the image matrix. This would be our new figure after the translation. So the coordinates of the new figure would be A prime, B prime, C prime. You put an apostrophe after the capital letters of each vertices to show that it has been transformed. And here is our pre-image in blue, ABC, and our image after the translation 3 left, and up 4 is that purple A prime, B prime, C prime. Here's another example. We're starting this time with triangle GHJ, and we want to translate it 3 units right and 1 unit down. So you need a translation matrix to do the translation. That will be 3 for the x coordinates, +3 because we're moving 3 units right, and -1 for the y coordinates because we're moving down 1. So here is it was GHJ, our pre-image matrix with the x coordinates on the top row and our y coordinates on the bottom row. This is our translation matrix here. And we add the two together to get the answer, which is our image, and this would be G prime, H prime, J prime. And you can sketch both the pre-image, which is the original, and the image, which is after the translation, 3 right and 1 down. And we can find the coordinates of our image, our new translated image after the translation, with the x coordinates again and the y coordinates. So 5, 3, 6, 0, and 4, -2 would be the 3 coordinates. This is some examples from your worksheet. So it's not too difficult. We'll start by writing our matrix for our pre-image. So let me graph this. 0, 3 would be right here. -2, 0 is right here. And 1, -2. So here is our pre-image. And the matrix, you just put the x coordinates in the top row and the y coordinates in the bottom row. So here's D, here's E, and F is at 1, -2. Then the translation matrix, to move it 3 units right, we would put 3's and 2 units down, so that would be -2's. And then we add, so if you want, you can rewrite it, but you can probably add that without rewriting them. We are going to add these two together. And the answer will go here, and then you will graph that. So this will be D prime, E prime, F prime, and we're also supposed to find the coordinates of each. So after you add these together, then write that D prime is equal to, let's do that one. So 0 plus 3 is 3, and 3 plus -2 is 1. So D prime is going to be at 3, 1. I'll do the first one. So 3, 1 is at 1, 2, 3, and up 1. This will be, I didn't label D, E, F, did I? D was at 0, 3. E was at -2, 0. And F was at 1, -2. So I'm using purple for my image after the translation. D moved right 3 units and 2 units down, so this is D prime with an apostrophe after it. And the coordinates for D prime would be 3, 1. So you'll write the coordinates and then sketch a graph using your word tools, or you can use Sketchpad, or you can graph it by hand and attach an image.